So for special purposes, let's just skip the intro and let's get right into this. Listen, we finally get to talk about World War III. It's not the way I want to though, because the way I've always done my videos is that I audibly say something to you guys and I visually show it so you can put two and two together and understand exactly what I'm talking about. Well, we can't do that, but I can give you my first impressions on what I played. Granted, I have not played a lot of World War III, but I played over an hour to at least maybe construct my opinion about where the state of the game is, how I feel about the October 19th release date, and everything leading up until that. So let's get into this. So first things first, my last video was perceived terribly wrong in certain aspects, and I was gonna make a follow-up video, but I don't care that much about your opinions to really do that. So I'm sitting here right now and I guess I'm gonna respond to a couple of the things that I was talking about, and now that I can freely talk about the game, it's gonna make a lot more sense. So when I was talking about early access, my biggest thing is that the most important thing when you have a game and you're a developer coming into early access, it's all about first impressions. You know, you're gonna have the elitists and the fanboys that are gonna back your game no matter what state it's in. We've seen that with EFT, we've seen that with tons of battle royales, we've seen that day in and day out. No matter what the game is, people will back it no matter what state it's in, right? But then you have the other side, the people that have just been through this way too many times, such as myself, with backing indie titles, giving my money up, and then the game never fully becomes what it's said to become. Now, while we're talking about that, World War III, I see your vision, and I definitely see the P word, the freaking potential in your game. You guys are doing something that not a lot of people have the balls to do, right? You guys are going after the type of game that everyone loves, which is Battlefield. At one point in everyone's life, they've played a Battlefield and genuinely enjoyed the game. And you guys are setting out to become one of the first indie studios to do that as well. But I'm not gonna beat around the bush. From a marketing standpoint, that October 19th release date is genius. But from your overall infrastructure of your game, I don't think it's ready. Now, when I first started playing World War III in its technical test / alpha, my expectations weren't that high because from the type of game that they're developing, and from me playing an alpha, I wasn't gonna go in like I'm expecting high optimization, high this, high that, everything was gonna be flawless, right? Because that's what testing is for. But this was pre the release date. Now that there is an official release date that is October 19th, and I know everyone's gonna be like, well, Mocha, it's gonna go into early access, so that doesn't matter because it's still gonna be in development throughout these 12 to 15. Yeah, I know what the fuck you're gonna say. But what I'm saying is like what I said before. First impressions are everything. I did not have expectations playing the technical test because I did not expect an October 19th release. Now that we're, what, 2.5 weeks away, I have expectations going in that your game needs to run better than where it's currently running right now. Now I want to clarify what this channel is about. I'm never here to bash a game or want to see a company fail. I genuinely say these things that are on my heart or my mind or just how I'm feeling in just hopes that they don't follow in the footsteps of several other games that have failed. We have seen the blueprint with Insurgency Sandstorm. I covered it, and I still do play it to this day. Now, they went through a lot of shit. They did. When that game initially went into their pre-order beta, that game was supposed to be out in September, right? That was their official release date. No early access. It was supposed to be out in September. But the infrastructure, a lot of optimization issues, there were a lot of problems going in. But how did they fix those problems? With a pre-order beta that you buy into, you play, and now the game got delayed until December. So now they have this entire time while this beta is going on to continually test things, make sure the game is flawless. So come December, that game's gonna be running smoother than probably most first-person shooters nowadays. Let's be real. Now I know what you're gonna say. That's exactly what World War III is doing, except they're going into early access. And while you are right, if that is what they're doing, the problem is that when you drop into early access, people can give their first impressions. Meaning reviews, meaning your game can instantly, day one, be completely perceived and received as negative, instantly dropping any people's, like, obviously I'm always the type of person to say, watch it for yourself, play it for yourself, do it for yourself, formulate your own opinion before listening to anyone else's. And I still feel like that to this day. But not everyone thinks this way. People rely on review channels, other people's opinions to formulate their own. And once that happens, your game instantly gets buried. And I don't want to see that happen with World War III. God forbid on October 19th when that game comes out, it has any kind of issues. I bet they're going to have negative reviews out the ass. And the hardest thing to do on the Steam marketplace is reverse a negative review to a mixed or even a positive review. It's the worst thing to do. So what's the better option here is to go into an open beta where people can just play for the next 2 to 3 months and you just stress test everything possible to make sure the game is working as good as it can be. Now granted, when you buy into this for 28 bucks, I'm not expecting content galore. I'm expecting maybe three maps, maybe, right? A couple game modes, maybe not crazy customization issues. I'm not expecting a full game, but what I do want is a functional one. And that's pretty much what I said in my last video, but that got overlooked by, I guess, the way I speak. I talk with a lot of passion, and I talk because I care. But I guess people would rather me be one of those YouTubers that bends over backwards and sucks off a freaking developer, end up being a sellout, end up saying these great things about a game, make you spend money, and then you end up regretting it. Or you do what everyone else does and you buy the game, play an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, then you get a refund, you put your review in, boom, done. But like, I'm trying to make you guys avoid that. I'm trying to like reach out to Farm 51. Yeah, I could be in those forums, but you know how hard it is to state your opinion in forums? You know how hard it is to state your opinion in a Discord without getting torn apart by people that won't even listen to your opinion? I'm open to listening to other people, but I feel like when it comes to people listening to a YouTuber, they instantly discredit everything that you're saying. And that's the most frustrating thing ever. So if you came to this video looking for first impressions, I'm not going to give you first impressions because I don't think this game deserves that yet. Yeah, I could talk about the optimization issues that I had when I was averaging 20, 30 frames. I could talk about the character models and how they didn't feel as smooth, how the map feels empty at certain times. Yeah, I could talk about the amount of massive explosions and noob tubes and how a lot of people don't even play the right way. There's a lot of spawn camping currently because of the way things are structured. Yeah, I could talk about all that. And yeah, I kind of just did. But that's not what this video is focused on because I don't think Farm 51 deserves that. What I want them to do is change their release date or make me feel a little bit more comfortable in the fact that October 19th, we're going to be getting a better game. That's it for me, guys. I could have said a lot more, but I'm going to hold back. I'm going to see how this video does with the whole reception of what I said. I just want to see how people receive my comments. If I get a good reception, I will keep talking about the game in another video and I will go more in detail about the things I want to see fixed and the things I'm really enjoying in the game because for the little time that I did play, I had a good time. But some of that got overlooked just by performance issues. But if this gets a bad turnout, then I'm going to do what I did with a lot of other games and I'm just going to say I'm done and I'm going to move on. That's it for me, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.